We're
Hey!
live. We're live.
We gotta go ahead and
We're getting ready for the first ever soul session with my beautiful guest, Seriyah.
y'all.
What's up, beautiful people? Thank you for joining. Thank you. Thank you. We're just getting started. You know me, you know I love my hip hop.
She really does. Oh wait, let me go ahead.
Welcome. You can wave. Hi. Hello. Thank you all, seriously, for hopping on. Hi, Luna. Cali girl. You can wave.
Hi, Luna. Oh, I get to hit the wave.
So you're so nervous.
I was like, oh my god, if I drop it, we're gonna have some serious issues.
All right, we good.
Freaky!
What's up?
Yeah, you can do it because I'll drop it.
Thank you for coming on here. This is something new that I created that I wanted to do. I actually wanted to sit down with people and listen to their life-changing experiences, things that redirected them or, may have placed them back on their path. Sometimes we don't pay attention to things that go on in our lives because we're too busy doing everything else. So
yeah. Oh, that was shots fired, y'all. Shots fired. She was taking a shot at me. I see you, girl. I see you. Anywho. Hi, Anna Banana.
So we wanted to I'm so happy that Seriyah is my first. She's the creative director of Café con Sin. For those that don't know, this is Seriyah. You guys you finally get to see her beautiful face on here.
That's not what she said to me earlier, but we're not going to go there, y'all.
Whatever. I have known this beautiful soul for a few years now.
8 years?
About 8 years or so. Welcome. Thank you all for hopping on. And when I first met her, she actually reached out to me to do business, right?
Yeah, the fashion show.
It was a fashion show because for those that don't know, Seriyah is a jack of all trades. And when I met her, she was a fashion designer.
Yeah.
And
we were doing our collection and I was like, oh, we need to, actually, I think Cisco had you in one of the videos. He had hired the girls for one of the videos and that's how I kind of knew exactly. I was like, oh, let me reach out, see if she has any other girls or anyone that I can put in the fashion show, being that we're launching our collection. That's how we met.
Because I was doing talent management then. That's why.
Yeah.
I was doing talent management then. And then she came to me with this idea of doing the fashion show with her. And we did it and we found out that we worked actually pretty well.
Yeah.
Together.
I think we did pretty well.
I think we did okay.
I think we did okay. A-okay.
We did A-okay. And then there was more.
Look at Jolie said it was a fun show because she had to put on a dress backwards. Girl. And we even go into details about that.
Jay One of a Kind was one of the models. She was one of the vain girls who wound up in that fashion show.
Yeah.
And
that's pretty fun.
Yeah. Fun. So when I met Angie, she was very, very much about her work. Always like on the move, always grinding, doing everything that she could. Very business minded and very impatient, y'all.
Oh my God, the patient level.
Extremely impatient.
Everything had to get done like yesterday.
She'd be down the block with things.
It was bad.
Like I'm still standing on the corner and she's down the block. Things like that.
You got jokes.
That's true. She was very impatient and she wanted to do all these things, but she also has a huge heart. All she was doing was like taking care of everybody else but her. That's how I view it.
Yeah.
That's how I view it. And then she did come to me and spoke to me about our baby. Light magazine. That was something. We had a magazine called Light. That was definitely something. It definitely had a lot of potential, but it was a lot of work.
A lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
A lot of work. Hi, Logic. I see you, bro.
And Light, for those that don't know, stood for... You forgot?
Life inspires great hidden talent.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Just making sure you didn't forget.
Excuse me.
So that was our baby. We absolutely love that project. It was fun and cool while it lasted.
Yeah.
But then, you know, things happen. Things happen. You know, I was going through my stuff.
Yeah, life takes over.
And Angie was going through her stuff. And, or Seriyah, as people know her.
Because like, who the hell is Angie?
But I did ask her to share the life-changing experience that occurred right after. It was right after that, right? Well, after Light.
I think so. Maybe a year after Light. Oh no, a few months. I'm not really sure on the time frame on that.
It was around the time though. We did take a break from it because you got sick.
Yeah, I was experiencing a lot of itchy spasms. It was really bad for me because I couldn't function. Nothing worked. It was like, oh, maybe you have an allergic reaction to this, or maybe this is what's going on, and it was far deeper than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was deeper than that. And so I asked you, what was it like? Because before you were very impatient, you were doing everything for everybody but you.
Right.
So then I wanted to get to that where you actually went through what you went through.
It was that I was forced to put a stop. Like, bitch, take several seats. Now it's time for you to rehabilitate what it is that you have going on, because at this point everything was on the run. I have to make money, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to X, Y, and Z. But it was like, what about you? And then you forget about your dreams, you forget about the things that you want to accomplish. That was hard, because it was like, all right, now what do I do? It's Christmas Eve and the doctor tells you have cancer. How do you swallow? How do you take that in without being like, what the fuck? No, because he tells me you have cancer, right? And then he tells me, but you have a 20% chance that you won't make it. Oh, but guess what? If you have cancer, but this is the cancer that you would want to have, because this is the one that you can be cured from. I was like, what? Like, wait a minute, you tell me I have cancer, then you tell me this is the one I want to have, and then you tell me I got a 20% chance of living. That was rough.
Yeah.
That was on another level rough.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I figured I needed to like sit and really analyze what I wanted.
Like, get more into the camera. Yeah.
You know, who was I going to tell first?
Yeah.
Was I going to tell my mom? Was I going to tell my brothers? Was I going to tell my friends? Because then there was that lesson. You have friends, then you have friends, and then you have family.
Yeah.
I told some people, and then like next week, it was like Telemundo. Everybody and their mother knew. And it was like, yo, I thought this was supposed to be like, let me just figure this out first. I'm just telling you because we're family. Or I believed we were family.
Yeah.
That's rough. Because then now you yourself as a person, you're dying. But then you're also grieving the relationships you've had with all these people. And it's like, wow, fuck. You know?
So not only you have this huge battle in front of you, but the support system that you were expecting, a lot of them fall off. They fall off the line.
Right.
They disappear because either they don't know how to deal, or it's whatever.
Yeah, see, that was the other thing. I'm like, maybe they just don't know how to deal with it. So it's fine if they don't reach out. It's fine. You know? I thought that, you know, because people deal with things their own way. It's not always about, oh, you know, they're not there for me, so I'm just going to shut the door. But don't come at me with the, oh, I didn't reach out for you for 4 months while you're going through treatment because I was sick. I had a cold. Excuse me, bitch?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, you have a cold? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when you go through something like that, it really shows you, though, like, who's genuine and who isn't. And I've been speaking a lot on this because I've learned a lot this year and I've seen a lot this year. But I saw it a lot when you were going through your experience.
The transition.
With the cancer.
Yeah.
I saw that. And I knew some people that were in your life. And I saw them
pull away.
during the most toughest time
Mm-hmm.
that I've ever seen you experience so far. Hopefully there's nothing else
Yeah, I mean,
as tough, but you know what I mean? Like, so I couldn't understand, and I still can't comprehend when you have friends and they go through something as serious as, you know, cancer that can actually kill you. We know this. Cancer, you know, like I like to say all the time, cancer is the devil. Like, people are scared. They always speak about the devil. Like, that's the devil on earth, would be cancer.
Yeah.
So it was very difficult for me to see Seriyah.
Let's like, mira, Tony, whatever.
It was hard for me to see her, you know, get diagnosed with cancer, first of all, and then to see people pull away from her. That was hard. That was hard because, and I would speak to her and, you know, like, flip out. Like, what do you mean? You know, why is this person not around? Where is this person? Like, and I'm talking about people that I know. I'm not throwing names in here at this time. But I was just very shocked at that. I was very shocked. And I was very shocked when you told me.
Yeah.
When you told me.
I don't even remember texting you, to be honest with you, about it. But I know that I couldn't really speak about it. Like, my thing, and as vain as it sounds, my thing was my hair, was losing my hair. I would cry because I was going to lose my hair. But, like, now that I think about it, I was really crying because of the unknown.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what to expect. And surviving it was not really, I could die. Like, I don't think I'm going to make it. That negative came up and it was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it.
The crazy thing is that I push you closer so that your face is in the camera.
And you just want to hug me, I know.
I just want to hug you.
I just want to be
The crazy thing is that I met you in Union Square. This is when the testing started. I met you in Union Square.
Right.
I don't know what we were doing. I think we were going shopping or something. We were going for dinner or something.
Right.
And
I had what looked like a small little pimple on my chest.
Right.
Yeah.
And you said, I have to get something tested here that's growing because
motherfucker. I love you, T. Tiger, I knew you were gonna be in here acting crazy.
Whatchamacallit? I can't with you. We're gonna talk after this. I knew that she said she was getting tested, and right away, for me, it was like instant, like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, when we were eating, we were like,
it
could be. They're saying it could be. Nah, forget it. We're good. We're not even going to put that in the air. It's fine.
It's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And then I remember this. I was home, you know, just turned the water on, was going to get ready to go take a shower, and a text comes in, and it's from her. And in the text, she doesn't even remember this. In the text, she said, I got the news. Stage 4?
Yes.
Stage 4 cancer. I can't call you right now. I can't do it. I can't call you right now.
Nope.
And it was like instant, y'all. I was bawling. I talk about it now, I'm getting emotional.
Don't do that.
I started crying because the first thing I thought is, how could this happen? And the second thing was, I thought the same thing. What if she doesn't make it? What if she doesn't make it?
So you had the thought.
I had the thought.
Yeah.
In that moment. And then I was like, well, can I call you? And she's like, you can't call me right now. You can't call me right now.
Yeah, it was too much.
And I'm trying not to make my fucking makeup run. And you can't call me right now. And it was just like, all right. So I remember telling my daughter, like, I got out the bathroom and I went and I told her, and I was just like bawling. I was bawling because it was instant. It's like, how could somebody this close to me die? I know, you know, thank God she's still here. Don't get me wrong. But I wanted to ask you though, you know, did you think as well you wouldn't make it?
All the time. Because I was considered the 1%. I had an allergic reaction to all of the medication. It was horrible. I didn't get the port. So they tell you to get this port because it's easier for the transfusions, but instead I decided to allow my veins to give out before I decided to go with the port.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute that I did go toward that type of infusion, the port developed. I developed a clot in the main chamber of my heart, which made it seem like, oh shit, like the doctors were like, okay, wait a minute, now you're the 1%, the medication is not working the way it's supposed to, you're brutally sick, you're having all of these reactions, and now you have a clot in the main chamber of your heart. That 20% was like, yo, that shit is like at reachable state right now. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. And I just remember too, when you told me that, I was like, yo, what the fuck else is gonna happen?
Yeah.
Like, how much harder does this have to be now?
Yeah.
Because I know when you were going through chemo and stuff, you would text me. We spoke like every day, I want to say.
Yeah, sort of.
More or less.
More or less.
But there was days that you would just text me and be like,
not today.
I can't do this.
Yeah, because
I got to give up.
Right. It was the first week. That first week of transfusion is like you're knocked out for 3 days. But they don't allow you to be knocked out for 3 days. You have to get up, work out, and then go about your day, figure out how you're going to consume food because you can't keep anything down, right? And then they tell you the next week you have to come in for your Neupogen shots, which forces your body to create these cells that you need to get the next hit. And I'm just like, what the hell? How am I supposed to function? So I had to find ways to function. Find ways to where I can keep some type of stability, some normal. And so when I turned around, I remember one time I was laying in bed. My sister was with me. She was taking care of me. And she tells me, wow, your lips are so dry. My lips were so dry from chemo. Like they would bleed. That's how dry they were. And I'm like, it'd be cool, right? If we created something. So for those of you that don't know, RBR Cosmetics is owned by 2 Latina sisters. And it was created while I was going through chemotherapy.
Yep.
So my sister definitely put a lot of input. She's like, let's do this. Let's get something that has moisture. You need to look at your lips. Of course, you know, we always joke around. And that's how RBR was born. While I was going through chemo on the bed. Yep. She's on the other side on the computer. It was so crazy how that happened. But
and I remember you telling me that. And I'm like, yo.
You're like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be resting. I'm like, I am, but I felt like I was gonna go crazy being home for like, I was home 6 months, but I felt like I was legit going crazy. Like I'm gonna go fucking nuts if I look at this apartment wall one more. Like I changed the furniture around. I was like, I need a new scenery because going outside was not an option for me. Yeah. If I was going outside because I was sick and I needed to go and get my medicine, my infusions. The infusion took 4 hours each session, 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
And then I would come home and I wouldn't be able to walk. One time they gave me the Neupogen shot. Oh girl, it took. They were testing it out to see because I'm the 1%, so the medication is really bad for me. So she's like, oh, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give you the Neupogen shot. Yeah. I get the Neupogen shot. She gives me 3. You're supposed to get like 1 or 2, whatever the case was. I needed 3 because if I didn't get 3, I wasn't going to be able to get my next transfusion. Long story short, she gives me 3 and I come home. I'm by myself and I go completely paralyzed. I can't walk. I was like, I know I'm telling myself to move. I can't move my legs. Like, what the fuck is going on? So I turn around and I'm like, oh my God, I can't move. And I dragged myself off the bed and I'm calling my husband, like screaming, I can't move. I can't walk. And he's like, call the doctor, I'm on the way. So I call the doctor. She's like, don't worry, you have to allow the medication to wear off. I was like, I'm paralyzed. You understand? I can't walk. Like, I can't move my legs. And so eventually it wore it off and thank God I have movement. But that was rough. That was one of the rough Neupogen shot situations that I had. I don't know if I feel like for that.
No, you did tell me. I heard the story.
No, I told you, but I don't think I called you at that time.
No, but I think you called me like the day after or something like that.
Like, girl, like I cannot move.
But I know that you would say like every Monday you would go for chemo and then you'd be sick. So like every Monday you were
Right.
gonna be sick.
Right.
And I knew you would get sick, but I didn't know the extent of it until the day that I came here to stay with you.
Get yourself a friend like Sin. She came to stay with me to take care of me because I could not walk.
Because your husband had to work that day,
Mm-hmm.
and your sister couldn't come.
Yep.
And then you asked me, and I was like, "Fuck work." That was basically what I said.
I was
Because you were like, "What
if-
about your job?"
Yeah,
Fuck
I don't
my
want you
job.
to miss money. Like, I want to make sure that you pay your bills and everything. So she was like, "Fuck my job. They'll be all right. We'll figure it out."
We figure it out, and I took the day off. Whatever, I called out sick. I think it was, and I came.
You called out sick?
I
You
did.
Oh.
What? I just didn't go to work. And I came here, and I got here before he left to work, so it was
Yeah.
early in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I stood with her, and she was very weak. And I remember you saying that the pancakes taste like cardboard,
Oh my God! Everything was aluminum and
and water
cardboard.
tastes like aluminum. And she was telling me all this stuff, and she's just sitting here like, giving me all her quejas.
All the quejas were real.
Shout out.
Tiger, if you're still in the building, the quejas are so real.
And she was just telling me about the water and the food and whatever. And the only thing that you could really eat was like fruit, right? Certain fruits.
Avocado. No, I would have mango. I would have. I couldn't really eat a lot of things, so I would have mango, avocado from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Juices were no good. Waters
Yeah.
were no good.
Yeah.
Yo, the most weirdest shit helped me. Like one time I couldn't eat, couldn't drink, couldn't do nothing. But the doctor told me that if I didn't drink, eat, I was back in the hospital and it would be bad because they would give me more medication to kind of level out everything. And I said, you know what?
Yeah.
Mr. Smoothies, go get me a milkshake. I got the milkshake. He got me
Sounds good to me.
barbecue, chicken, hot sauce, the whole 9 yards. We tried everything.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do know is that we our silverware, we didn't use them because it was too much of aluminum. The taste was it tasted like aluminum. So we did a lot of plastic spoons and straws, and that really helped with the consumption of anything.
Yeah. So to me, it was just, that's when I really saw what chemo was like. And that's when I really understood why she would say like, I don't know, I don't think I could keep doing this. I don't think I could keep doing this. And I was like, no, you got to keep fighting. You got to keep fighting. Like, no, but I saw it that day and you were very weak and, had to help you to like go to the restroom. And then like, we were talking about this earlier. When she took a nap, I took a nap.
Yeah, I felt like I was spiritually constantly in a small battle with myself because I knew I was sick, but it wasn't until I started to lose my hair. Like I woke up one morning, like I knew that was going to happen, right? But I woke up one morning and I was like, oh shit, there's a chunk of hair on my pillow.
Yeah.
I'm home alone.
Yeah.
I was already down. Like it takes about a good 5 days to kind of like, okay, I'm feeling a little better before my Neupogen shot.
Yeah.
But to see the hair on my pillow, I was like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Like, so I go to the bathroom, and at this point, I'm like, you know what? If my hair's gonna go, I'm gonna take this bitch off. Nobody's gonna take it off for me. I'm gonna take control of it. I'm gonna take my own hair off. So I go to the bathroom, and here I am with my phone, and I'm videotaping, and I tell my husband, yo, how do you use these clippers? I don't understand. I YouTubed it. I don't know how to use them. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm going to take off whatever's left. And he's like, no, what are you doing? And I'm like, I need this to go. So he's like, can you wait until I get home? By the time he got home, I chopped that shit myself. And I was just like, I'll just wait. And he's like, well, what did you do? I look like una loca. I look like a porcupine. And so I was just like, you know what? It's got to happen. And that's pretty much how my hair went. It didn't fall off all the way. I took a little bit of my power back.
Yeah. And I remember that. She was like, I shaved my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? She said, I shaved my head.
I took it off.
And let me tell you people that when she went bald for like 5 whole minutes, I thought to myself, and I said this to my daughter, I said, yo, should I shave my head like to support her in this? Yeah. I really thought this. And if y'all know me, y'all know how vain I am about white hair. And I was like, think I should shave my head, like, and stand with her. And then my daughter was like, you're not going to be able to do that. And I was like, why? She goes, because your hair is going to grow in white. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm
you're right.
not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I think I said that to you, and you were like, are you crazy?
I was like, are you out of your mind? Leave your hair just the way it is. You better stop. Because when I first shaved my head, I don't know, maybe I'm a little crazy, but when I first shaved my hair off, I was like, yo, do I have fat on the back of my head? Yo, some people have fat in the back of their head. And my husband's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I want to know if I got fat in the back of my head. And then I'm like, yo, if you're going to cut my hair, where's my shape up? Like, hello, I need my shape up, y'all. You jealous because my shit's gonna look better than yours, and he's just looking at me like, yeah, okay, you better stop. But yeah, that was my whole losing my hair. Because a lot of people ask me, like, did it go? How long do you have to wait for it to go? My doctors told me right away, your hair's fine, so you're gonna lose your hair fast.
Yeah.
So whatever attachment you have to it, let it go.
Yeah. I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
I would have just shaved it.
Think so?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, I'm not putting that out there,
God
that I want to go through that,
forbid,
because I
10
don't.
Yeah.
But if I was in that position, I would probably definitely shave my hair, especially if it's falling out.
Yeah.
Because then I would feel the same way. Like, it's up to me. You're not taking this away from me.
Like, I felt my power was taken away so much within that entire process.
Yeah. That
I felt like I needed to gain a little bit of it back.
Right.
But then when you're standing there, it's funny because the next day I stood in front of the mirror completely bald. And I said, so you're stripped of everything that you've ever known. Who are you? You stand there and you look at yourself. Who are you?
Yeah.
And that right there was like, I don't know this person.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure out who you are.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, you're going to go out partying. Because I had my little radio at the sessions. I had the doctors dancing and joking around. And my husband's like, this is not a block party. Why are you having fun? And I was just like, no, if this is going to go down, this is how I want it to happen.
Yeah.
And that right there, I think that was an opening session for me. Spiritually, I was like, I need to figure out me again. Because I lost everything that I knew before was completely different staring back at me.
Mm-hmm.
Completely different.
So that you would describe that as part of your spiritual journey that kept you going.
Yeah. It was a turning point. It was like, you need to figure out who this new person is.
Right.
Where you hold your value. What's more valuable to you. You know, you have to really, really sit there with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, it was hard.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I got to go out there. I got to fight. I can't show too much emotion. I don't want, because here I am still thinking about family. How are they going to feel? I don't want them to feel bad.
Yeah.
I could feel horrible. I'm just going to keep it to myself.
And yet you're going through this.
Yeah, do it behind closed doors. It's fine.
See what I'm saying?
They ain't got to see you struggling or being stressed, especially mom. Like, just handle it. Play the cards that are dealt. Them cards, I was ready to fucking flip them over and throw them across the street. Because I'm like, nah, man, this is on some next level. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. And I would text in, like, when I'm feeling the worst, I'm like, yo, girl, I don't know. This is rough.
Yep. That's what you would say. This is rough. I don't know if I can do this. And here I am on the other side like, girl, you ain't going nowhere. You fighting like nobody's business. There's no regretting anything. You got to keep going. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
Like, no. And selfishly, I was like, I ain't fucking losing you over this shit.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
I have another friend who's the same way. She's over in Florida. She's like my sister. I call her my sister. Mm-hmm. And her name is Tash. And let me tell you that if that girl could be here, she would quarantine my ass away from the universe. Because she was like, I don't want nobody over there. We're going to have to figure this out. We're going to fight this. And I don't care what you're saying. You're going to make it through.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, you saying it. I hear you. I don't think I'm listening because I'm going through it.
There was no time for her, for anything other than her going through it. Yeah. And making it to the finish line. Yeah. As in, you're fighting for your life and you're staying here because you got shit to do.
That's exactly what you said to me. You've got shit to do.
You have shit to do.
You're here because you got shit to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You have
But
things to do.
let me tell you, I had this one surgery when I was finally taking out the port. They didn't want to take out the port because they said, you know, sometimes it comes back and then you have to go through the entire thing. Your veins gave out. And I said, no, take out the port. It's created a clot in my heart. I need it out, like yesterday. And they're like, okay, fine, we're going to take it out. So I remember being so freaking nervous. Like, oh my God, I'm having another surgery. This is my third surgery. What the hell? I'm so nervous. And my husband and my sister kept telling me, because they're like my caretakers to my heart. And they're like, don't worry, this is the last bit of it. Do you not know that I get there, I'm in the surgery room, I see 12:45. That time I didn't know what 12:45 meant. It was just like, whatever, that's the time. So I'm laying there, and they sedate your entire body, but you're kind of awake, not really awake, you're not supposed to feel anything. Mm-hmm. They make the first cut. I screamed. I feel everything. And she's like, oh, well, we can't, I hear him saying, because they cover your face, you can't see what's going on. We can't stop now because you're liable to catch an infection. I said, please just hurry up. Please just hurry up. And they're cutting through the skin. And
no,
I feel everything. The medication did not kick in until I was off the table.
Wow.
And I'm like, I'm gonna die here. Like, this is next level. My pressure was dropping, the whole 9 yards. I was like, I made the oxygen. Like, it was crazy. Mm-hmm. I get off. Once they're done, they're like, we're done. Are you okay? And they're talking to me. And once I'm off the bed, I'm like, oh shit, everything's moving now. And they're like, oh, it's kicking in now. I get to the next room, and they tell my husband, oh, she's been through a lot. My sister, she's been through a lot. Let her sleep. I woke up, I was like, a lot. Let me tell you what these mother flowers did. I was in my feels, right? Not even thinking about and being happy about the fact that the port was out.
And I know Anna wanted to go ham.
and you know,
Anna's a fellow
I'm like,
Gemini.
what is going on here?
We right here. We ready to pounce.
I mean, at one point, you know, I took a deep breath and I'm like, oh, it's over with.
She's done. Talking about it and I'm here getting upset. And this was like years ago.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Like, I think that right there was a whole nother level of brutal pain. Like,
yeah,
it's so crazy.
You didn't. She said, I hope you sued them. I think I told you, are you going to sue these people?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
She didn't.
Girl, I was just trying to be out of the building at this point. Like, I just so over the entire ordeal. Like, I had to go through this. This is something I needed to do to figure out what it is that my next journey was. Like, I feel like it opened up my mind to other things. I became a lot more spiritual. Mm-hmm. I understood what it was to stand in your power, to be who you are, mm-hmm. to love yourself fully.
Yeah.
And to fight things when you're scared. Just do it.
And I think that you also learned that you can't save everybody.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like I've learned it, but I feel like I'm still
learning it.
Because
but you're not as hardcore though.
No. I'm always trying to help someone, and I always feel like I believe in you, like you need to believe in you too.
Right.
You know, but I know that's not the way it is. Like, people have to do things on their own time.
Yes.
They have to be willing to learn and to grow and willing to do things and so forth. But I'm always like, come on, let's do it. Like, you can do this. I always forget about me. So I'm still learning it.
Yeah. But I think, like, before, you put so much energy into everyone else all the time.
Yeah.
Like, anything that would happen, she would be like, oh, I got to do XYZ. Why do you have to do all that? You want to take on everything all the time.
Yeah.
Any family situation, any friend situation,
yeah.
She's ready to put it all on her shoulders. I'll just carry it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you got to learn, like, we can't save everybody. I think I used to say that to you before that. And she was very impatient, like I said. I am going to stress that. But I felt like when that happened to you, you learned a lot about you.
Yeah.
And you became way more patient. Way more patient than you were before.
Yeah, because you're like, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Right.
you know?
Yeah. I mean,
back then it was like, oh no, at least that happened like right now. Like, you don't even understand. I have a time frame. I need to be married by this time. I need to have kids by this time. Things need to be popping off in my career. Like, I have a time frame. Like, it needs to happen. Like, now.
Yeah. People really feel like, you know, they have everything planned out and it's going to happen exactly like that. Exactly how they want it. And it's just not true.
No.
Like, you have to let go of that.
Yeah.
I feel like people need to let go of that. You could have, you know, the longest timeline of your life, whatever. That doesn't mean that everything is going to happen the way that you want it to.
See, and I also think that that's it. That those were one of the biggest lessons that I've learned. That I had to learn not only to love myself, but I had to learn to take the chance to grow professionally, to grow, you know, with my relationships with other people. I needed to be able to analyze, like, you're family, but you're not really family.
Yeah.
Those toxic people, the universe took care of while I was sick.
Yep.
And now I'm forever grateful for it. Like,
Yep.
they disappeared for a reason. And so, with that being said, sometimes we get caught up. We get caught up in the moment. We get caught up in the things that we're doing. And it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to be like, you know what? It's about me now. Right now, I need to focus on me. And at the time, obviously, I was going through bigger things than anyone could ever imagine. It's all about timing.
Oh, yeah. Divine
it's
timing.
All about timing.
It's all about divine timing.
Yeah.
And even during that time, you created RBR Cosmetics.
I did. RBR Cosmetics. That's what you're wearing, too.
That's what I'm wearing.
I'm saying
Cafecito collection, y'all. Gotta go to the...
It's out now. RBR Cosmetics is next.
You're wearing the Cafecito collection.
I am. I put a little bit of both colors.
Just put a little bit of both. Little mocha, little red eye. Little red eye.
No, I put dulce on.
Oh, dulce and mocha, y'all.
A little bit mixed, so it wasn't so dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, with all that being said, like, do you feel like this experience really opened your eyes to certain things that you thought you couldn't do before?
Absolutely.
And how ready are you now to take on these things that...
I mean, there's always fear, right? I think
Human experience?
No, but yeah, I'm a forever student.
Yes.
There's always things we're gonna learn. There's always things that are gonna change as far as what our purpose is, and I want to just live in my truth, be who I am, and allow the universe to guide me in the path that I need to be guided.
Right.
My source. I don't care about fitting in and all that other craziness that happens.
All the likes and...
Yeah, like, it's whatever for me.
Yeah.
It's just living your truth, living it now. Time, the value of time is a whole... Time for me is you know how they say tomorrow, oh, live it up today because you don't know about tomorrow? It's true.
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. And it's not a negative thing.
Right.
And it's not a living in fear thing. Not
No.
in that sense. Not in that sense.
No.
Not in that sense.
Hi, Jade. My boo right there.
Baby girl. I need you more on the camera though, so I can see a beautiful face.
Look at her with the little smiley faces. I love her.
Yeah. So with all that, okay, so you feel like you've learned. So do you feel that you have found also your purpose?
Yeah.
Or part of it?
I feel like I've learned. My purpose for me, like I said, is to always live in my truth.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes we forget what our true stories. Our true stories are so important, and we don't value ourselves. No matter how much you can sit there and be like, oh, I know who I am. I value myself. I'm this. I'm that. Do you really?
Yeah.
What are you scared of?
Yeah.
What step haven't you taken? Like, do you really? Who are you? You know? And that's just something that every day you grow. Every day you learn something new. Every day there's going to be something you put on your plate.
Every single day.
Which
Which is why I say it's important to live in the present.
the most stupidest thing, the other day, yo estoy cortando carne por ahí, right? And onions. And that little part of the board, that little circle part in the board, I didn't know that's where you're supposed to put all the food and then let it drop in the bag. And that's how you get... Girl. I was like, really? This is what I've been doing wrong my entire life? Okay, I see you.
Learn something new.
It's just little things
It's
like
not
that.
that new.
No, you know what? It is what it is.
But I do have to agree with that. And this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like people live so far ahead. And that's where the time limits come in. Where you feel like, I have to be, by the time I'm 27, I have to have 3 kids.
Yeah.
I have to be married to the love of my life. I have to this, that, and the third. And you have this entire timeline. And when it doesn't happen, you start getting upset. You start getting frustrated. And then what happens? You start getting depressed over it. Whatever you go through. And you having these fears that it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Like, you really have to trust in divine timing. You just do. You have to trust in that. You have to get to the point where you know that what is happening for you, not to you. Like, even what you went through happened for you.
For me.
Not to you.
Absolutely.
For you. In order to change your mindset. Because it could have also been that the path that you were on, you were going this way. And they were like, she's not listening.
Yeah.
She's not catching all the signs.
We're going to give her the toma so she could take several seats and figure out.
Yeah, now we have to put this brick wall in front of her and let her crash for a second.
Right.
And figure out what she wants to do. And I'm not pushing my beliefs on anyone, but I really do feel that when you're faced with something like that, and it's exactly that too, because I know you said how hard it was. You wanted to quit sometimes. But it's also,
and that's the real of it. Like,
it's also you. The power of actually wanting to beat it comes from you.
Yeah.
Comes from you. Because, I mean, I just feel like, again, not anything that I would ever want to experience. But I've always thought about it, especially after seeing you too. Like, to me, if I had to face something that was as serious as that, as life-changing as that, am I going to sit here and die, or am I going to fight? No, I'm going to fight all the way. And if I don't make it, I don't make it, but at least I fought.
Right.
I fought.
Yeah, that was
I gave it my all.
Talk I had to give myself. That's positive talk every time I went through an infusion, because once that medication goes into your veins, it's a burning sensation for 4 hours. It's not just regular, and it was primarily just burning because of the fact that I had a sensitivity to medication. I'm that 1% where everything could go wrong, everything went wrong. And so I talked myself, like, going to the hospital the night before. All right, you're going to get another one. You got to man up, do what you have to do, get yourself ready so you could go handle that.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Yeah. I remember even us, we had like all these plans like, oh yeah, so we're going to do this with light, and then we're going to do this, and boom.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You guys are going to have a seat.
You can't do anything
for a while.
She's going to be sick for a while.
Have a seat. Because no. So it really, really makes you think. So do you have any goals now? Is there anything that you want to speak on as far as anything futuristic that any?
I do. I want to go back to the love of music. Music has always been my first passion. People that know me know that. Definitely want to tap into a lot more of that. We're launching our holiday collection. I'm really excited about that.
RBR Cosmetics. Holiday collection coming soon.
Yeah, and I'm writing. I documented the entire journey. So I'm writing something special, and we'll be releasing that soon. It's funny because a lot of people do ask me, like, why didn't you tell everyone? Why was it so much of a secret? Why did you wear wigs? Why didn't you do this? And you get questions, and people always say something about it, right? But for me, it was, I didn't need you coming to my door, making me feel like I was going to die.
Right.
I needed to hold my ground. I needed to see what it was that, like, please. And especially the ones that are not really family, que llegan por ahí and they're like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh my God, you're sick? Like, no. Keep the hypocrite stuff over there.
Yeah.
I am straight.
Yeah.
Let me just handle what I have to do,
Yeah.
Rinaldi B. Rose. My last name, I don't want to really put my government, but my last name was Rosario. My sister's middle name is Beatrice, and we're a Latina-owned business.
And that's where that came from.
And that's where that came from. So I think that was another thing. Like, how do you feel like, people always ask questions, and sometimes I used to feel like I needed to answer those questions. like I need to answer it because then our friendship is not as valued, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like when you go through something so big and you don't feel like it's the right time to discuss it, how would you go about? Do you completely dismiss it? Do you like touch on it but not fully, you know?
Yeah.
Like for me, it was just like I just didn't want to touch on it. And I just didn't want to tell certain people. And I felt like
I don't feel that, me personally, I don't feel like, even right now not being sick, I don't feel like I owe anybody anything.
right.
And I feel that when you're going through something like that, you still don't owe anybody anything. I think it's up to you who you decide you want to share that with. And again, it's the same thing. Like, you learned who's there for you and who's not. Like, who is really, you know what I mean? Like, in your corner and who isn't.
Now, do you think that you would, like, so I haven't reached out to anyone. Like, if you've disappeared and the universe has taken you away, it's for a reason. So I don't feel like I need to reach out. And even those have reached out, I haven't like sent them a message back because I'm just like, for what now? Why do I need you now?
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel that that's okay.
Yeah.
I feel it's okay.
Yeah.
You already set up the boundaries. You already went through what you went through. And that's not to say that, again, that some people, maybe they didn't know how to deal with it. But if it's been like 3 or 4 years,
yeah,
and you haven't hit me up, I would probably be the same way. Like, why do you want to talk to me now?
Like, yeah, like,
what are
we talking about?
Yeah. Like, what do you need? Do you need me to, like, make you feel better because you disappeared on me? Like, there's just certain things, like, and it's not to be petty. And most people that know me know I'm really not petty. I could be.
She could be, but she's really not petty.
But it's never my full-on intention. I don't sit here looking to harm other people.
Yeah, no.
Like, I just don't do that. I don't even have it in me to go hard at someone. Like, well, you hurt me, now I'm gonna hurt you. Like, I don't really do that. But I do set up my boundaries, and I'm gonna do what's best for me. And if I feel like you left and I don't want to talk to you, I'm just not gonna talk to you. That's my choice. That's how I feel.
Yeah, but I also feel, so I'm huge on loyalty, right? And I just felt like that was like you just slammed the door when I needed you the most.
Yeah, there's some people that I'm thinking of right now, but I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
You just slammed the door, and so now I'm good.
Yeah.
Don't get me when I'm on the up.
Yeah. I just can't comprehend it. I just could never understand it. And you know I've said this to you. I cannot understand where one of your friends tells you that they have this, this illness that could potentially kill them. Mm-hmm. And they say this to me, and then I'm like, well, they're on their own, I'm out. I can't even think that way.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bye.
Can we touch on that topic? Jolisa she would send me fruits to work because I was still working. I went 3 months out while I was going through chemo. I was like, I need to go back to work. I need to do something. Hello.
Yeah.
And I think it was my birthday, and she sent me edibles, and she was like, oh, here, it's for you, happy birthday, whatever. And everybody's like, oh, you're just receiving mad stuff. And I'm just like, because these are my family. These are not my friends. This is family.
Right.
Family,
because
making sure that I have food
that
and
turn
stuff
into
like
family.
that. Yeah, for sure.
And you just have to trust it. And I get it that some of us outgrow friends. I get that. But if we're like this, like, let's say her and I.
Yeah.
And then she tells me she's sick. And I leave. What am I outgrowing? Because I was perfectly fine until she told me she was sick.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Because we do outgrow certain people. And the universe does remove people from us as well. For a reason. And you have to allow that. That's why you shouldn't try to hold on so tightly to people. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you're saying. It is what it is. You know, I move forward. Whatever.
Yeah.
No shade. It's okay.
So,
I'm okay with that.
For me, it's been like, I view you as one of the strongest women that I know. I'm just going to start there. She can also talk me off a ledge like nobody's business.
Don't do it, Stan. Don't do it.
Or I can go to her with my fears and she's there like, all right.
Yeah, this is a
let's talk about this
zone
for a
in
second
area.
here.
Yeah.
Or, because I can overthink I could project some things, and you'll be like, all right, no,
Calm down.
calm down. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Let me tell you what's going on here. And yeah.
Yeah.
She can also see things that I don't see.
Yeah. I can. You know, I have some gifts.
She has some gifts.
Some.
She has some gifts.
Look at Jess. Hi, Jessica.
You're so strong and beautiful. She is. She really is.
Thank you, guys.
She really is.
Yeah, I just think that the entire journey, I mean, if you have someone that's going through cancer, be by their side. Support is so necessary. You have people who don't have the support and they have to go in there by themselves. And I was always constantly being asked, like, am I suicidal? Are you suicidal? Are you going through a depression? Are you this? And I'm like, what? What do you mean? No, I just want to get over this. Like, and they're like, no, you know, if you're in a depression and you feel suicidal, you know, come in and talk to us. And I would have to fill out all these forms. But I get it. I get why people experience that.
Yeah.
It's a dark space. It's a dark mental space that you're in.
Yeah.
And without a support team, it's 10 times harder.
Yeah, you need that.
It's 10
You need
times. Check
support.
on your friends. You never
You need
know what
love.
they're going through. That's the other thing. I received, oh, well, we would have never known you were going through that. You look completely fine online.
Online.
You look completely fine online. Obviously,
You can't even go
we're
by
not
that
friends.
all the time.
Yeah, like, you should know. You would know exactly what's going on with me.
You know, you hit somebody up. You say, hey, how you doing? What's going on? You know,
Yeah.
how you feeling? And see where their mind is at. And see where their mind is. Especially people that are going through life-changing illnesses.
Right.
Life-threatening.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
More like life-threatening illnesses. And then, you know, you just reach out. You're just trying to be present. You're just trying to be present. But this is why I feel like this year has taught me even more. Way more. And in the beginning of the year, it was like, all right, I finally choose me. I finally choose me.
Choose you.
I'm doing
Love
for me.
That.
I'm
Love
loving me. I'm doing all these things. And I'm getting towards the end of the year, and now I'm in a position where I could see even better. And there was a few snakes in the garden. And you got to clean the garden out sometimes. You got to pull some of those weeds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. And that's what has happened.
You want to know the strangest thing? So you have to wear a mask after you do you know, you can't get sick. And it's like, I felt like I lost a lot of my time while I was going through treatment. And the universe gave it back to me during quarantine. I got all of that back. Like, I had to wear the mask, but this time I was on the other side of wearing a mask. Which was like, wow. Universe just brought it back to me like, oh, look, you on the other side of wearing that mask. I visited someone's mother, very, very, very special to me. And I was on the other side of that bed. And that in itself was wow, that was me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I know you're on your way to going to different, you know, to the whatever it is you believe in, God, source. But
whatever it is for you. Right?
Yeah, it's like, I was like, yo, that was me.
Yeah.
I was almost on my way out too.
Yeah.
And so, beautiful person, just a beautiful, beautiful person. And it was just like, I was like hit with it. Like, I'm always being hit with something to remind me of my journey and the things that I've gone through. And so with that being said, love you, be you, believe in yourself. Don't live on anyone else's timeline. You got to do what's best for you.
Yep. And
You know?
do it without feeling guilty. You really have to choose yourself. If you're someone who's going through something, you know, that's making you unhappy, that's not making you feel fulfilled, you know, all types of things, whatever it is that you feel, that you're feeling, choose you. I know I've said this before, but I constantly say it because it took me a long time to choose me. And I'm in a very happy space right now.
I know, I love it. I really do.
And it took me a long time to get here. For the people that really know me, they know it took me a long time to get to this space of like really feeling happy, and really feeling happy with who's around me, especially who's around me, and who I'm connected with. And I value the connections that I have right now, my real connections, like more than words can ever express. And I know that I don't have to worry about any of them.
No.
I don't have to worry about anything or any of them. And there was a time where I was unhappy for a long time. And you knew it. And you knew it. And you would always ask, bring it up to me like, well, how you doing?
She's like, oh, I'm fine.
I'm great.
Like, no, really.
Yeah.
How you doing? She's like, I said I was fine. Oh, okay, let me tell you what happened.
And I would tell her, and I'm like, all right, let me discuss this. The other bruja. And I would talk about it. And she, like, you just knew that eventually I would get here.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, no, don't worry about it. Your time is coming.
Yeah.
Your time is coming. All of you in here, your time is coming.
Everybody's time is coming.
So with that, I just feel like you've grown so much. This was definitely your year. This has been like epic. This has been your year for sure. Every single thing.
Yeah.
You've manifested everything.
I really have. Not gonna lie. And hearing people say it, I'm like, yeah, I have.
No, you have.
And
so now we're gonna manifest a
more
TV show
stuff.
on TV.
Show.
We're gonna get Café con Sin on TV. What you mean?
What y'all think about Café con Sin on TV?
We're gonna get Café con Sin on TV. You know, we're gonna do what we do. Like we're doing it for TV. Come on now.
Cindy has arrived. That's what I'm talking
Cindy
about.
has arrived. Seriyah has arrived. Exclamation point. We got this.
We got more things to do. That's why she's the creative director of Café con Sin.
What do you guys want to see next? Like, what do you, when you go to Café con Sin, is there anything that you specifically, I wish you would talk about this. I wish you would talk about that. Is there anything?
I be asking this and people be slacking. Some people send me stuff.
They send you stuff, DM?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
People be DMing.
They DM me too, but this is just crazy stuff.
We're going to PR. We're going to PR.
Yeah, we are. Jessica, you're right. We're going to PR.
Who's coming to PR? Who's coming to PR?
Jessica's on the list.
Going on the beach.
Lisa's on the list. Who else?
I pull up the Café con Sin reruns on the TV.
Yes!
I love you, Lauren.
We love that.
My little side bunny.
That's such a cute name, Side Bunny.
Yeah. We're going to get kicked off soon. Oh, there it is.
I know. We got the timer. So say what you want to say. Say it really, really fast. Say precise.
I just want to...
No, I'm just playing. I don't know.
Yo, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. This is like, again, a new little series that that just came to mind. I wanted to create and have these type of conversations with people, so that people could see, you know, how tough life can really be. And not everyone goes through these tough times as much as this one has. But appreciate your life. Appreciate what you have. Gratitude is always the attitude. And it's just like she said.
Live in your happiness.
Live in your happiness.
Create the happiness.
Create the happiness.
If it's not there, find it. Go get it.
Go get it. The power of numbers.
Thanks
especially when 1144 keep up. That's what I'm saying. There's signs.
Numbers. Today we saw 444. What was
Two
the other?
times.
555.
555.
Girl.
But thank you again. I really appreciate you. I am going to have another Soul Sessions next month. I have another guest coming on, and he's going to speak about his near-death experience and what it did for him. So that's coming up in November. And Café con Sin, I'll be back on Monday evening with Human Design, which is kind of like astrology, but not.
Yeah.
It's a little interesting, but it'll be on Monday night at 8 o'clock.
You want to go get that Cafecito collection?
Go get that Cafecito collection.
RBR Cosmetics.
Out now. RBR Cosmetics. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. Love all of you. Lots of love.
Thanks for listening. Be out for some music. Look out for everything. We coming for it, y'all. We're coming.
We're coming. So
living your truth.
Peace out. Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts. You know what?
Love and light to all of you. Bye.